In this video, I would like to explain compound curve. Okay, this is the picture of the compound curve and with respect to parts of the compound curve. As you know that it is the compound curve means it is combination of the two arcs of two different radius. The turning of these two arcs will be in the same direction. Then it says that it is compound curve. Here also same. This is first arc, that is T1 to D, D to T2, it is second arc. With respect to radius is RS and RL. Here they have given RS means it is smaller radius, that is arc is small compared to this one. So that's why the radius of the name it is, that is RS. Similarly is larger radius or longer radius. With respect to delta, that is delta 1 and delta 2. Here the whatever this curve is there, these two curves will meet at a one point at that is D. This point is called as a point of compound curvature. Here we have to draw the one line or tangent line. It touches these two main tangent line. In this case, the distance from T1 to D1 and D1 to D is called as a smaller tangent length. Okay, that is denoted as a TS. Here assuming that the length from the T1 D1 to the D D1 is equal to TS. Similarly for the longer curve, here distance of D D2 and D2 T2 is equal to this small TL. These are the tangent length for the with respect to curve. But the actual T1 to point of intersection, the distance is tangent distance from the with respect to smaller or shorter curve. Similarly TL, again it is same, it is distance from the T2 to B, that is capital TL. It is also tangent distance for the longer curve. As usual, T1 is the point of curve, T2 is the point of tangency. Next, we have to derive the equations for the finding the small ts tangent length, similarly capital TS, as well as a small TL, capital TL. Okay, these are the namings of the compound curve. So here, for finding of the TS, just assume that this is the back tangent and this was the forward tangent for this curve. Okay. In this case, the formula is, we know that is R tan delta by 2. In general, formula is R tan delta by 2. But here for this small curve, delta is equal to delta 1. So TS is nothing but T1 to D1 distance. You can also write it as a D to D1. You can write the formula is RS tan delta 1 by 2. Similarly for small TL, it is distance between the T2 is equal to D D2, that is equal to RL, radius of the with respect to longer curve, multiplied by tan of delta 2 divided by 2. Then the deflection angle at the point of intersection, that is equal to delta 1 plus delta 2. Now we have drawn the one tangent line at the point of compound curvature. We will get the one triangle, that is D1 D D2. Here we know the length of this one, Similarly, length of this one. We know that these two angles, that is delta 1 and delta 2. By using delta 1 and delta 2, we can easily calculate what is the angle of this one. Now, the length of in this triangle, we know the length of this one, d1 to d2, that is ts plus tl, small ts plus tl. You can, applying the sine rule, you can get the length of this d1 to b as well as a b d2. Clear? Now, applying the sine rule for the triangle, that is b d1 d2, d1 b is equal to d1 d2 into sine of delta 2 divided by sine delta, that is equal to d1 d2 means it is ts plus tl. So d1 d2 you can write it as ts plus tl multiply by same as it is sine delta 2 divided by sine delta. Similarly, second b d2 or d2b, that is equal to d1 d2 multiplied by sine delta 1 divided by sine delta. Again d1 d2 is small ts plus small tl multiplied by sine delta 1 by sine delta. These will get after the applying the sine rule for the triangle b d1 d2. Therefore, the last step for the capital TS, it is distance from the T1 to the point of intersection, that is B. TS is nothing but small ts or T1 D1 plus D1 B. Here T1 D1 is TS, D1 B is just we have to find out that one, TS plus TL, you can write like this. Similarly, TL as it is, that is T2 D2 plus B D2. This one is, that is small TL, and B D2 is, this is formula, enter here, we will get the TS and TL formula. Setting out of compound curve. Then what is the field procedure for the marking up to with respect to compound curve? First step is we have to find out the what is the TS and TL. Then we will get the, after getting up these two, then by using a linear measurements from here to UK and here to T2, you can easily mark the T1 and T2. After that, you have to calculate the length of the curves, first and second curve. Then you can easily mark the point D. The overall setting out of a compound curve by using a theodolite instrument. Here theodolite is set up at a first, that is T1. Then by using a deflection angles or tangential angles, you can set up the first curve. After completion of this process, then shift this instrument, theodolite instrument, and set up here. Then continuation of the same by using a tangential or deflection angles. Now, whatever the methods is used in the Rankine's method, same method is here. But only difference is after setting out of a first curve, we have to shift the instrument to the D point. After setup of the instrument here, you have to complete the all the temporal adjustments, and the horizontal angle should be arranged 360 degree minus of delta 1. For example, suppose delta 1 is 40 degree, 360 minus 40 degree, it is 320. So we have to adjust the horizontal angle equal to 320 degree. After adjusting the 320 degree, turn your telescope by using a lower clamp only, then bisect the T1 point. After exactly bisecting of the one, tighten the lower clamp. Now In this position, there is no disturbance of the rotation of a telescope. Then loose the telescope screw. Then rotate the telescope in 180 degree. Now the eyepiece initially it is this side. Now after rotating up to 180 degree, then eyepiece should be come here and objective glass should be coming here. Then what will happen? This T1 D line will be extended here. Then after that, loose the upper clamp. Then turn your telescope in horizontally. That angle is delta 1 by 2. Then what will happen? The telescope will be exactly over the D1 D2 line. After finding out this exactly over the D1 and D2, again by using the tangential angles, we can easily set up the second curve. This is the setting out of compound curve, reverse curve. Reverse curve means what? It is a two simple curves of opposite directions, and the radius of these two curves will be maybe different or maybe same. This type of curve is called as a reverse curve. Here the one of the picture is, that is reverse curve is there. The radius of these two arcs will be maybe it will be same or may not be. The whatever these two curve will be meet at a one point. This point is called as a point of reverse curve. The one of the tangent line is here. The one more tangent line is here. Generally, this type of curve will be avoided in the highways and railway track, because it required in the highways it is higher speeds. And one more, it is at this point the surface of the road will be changes. Just in the observe in the curve portion of the road, the outer edge of the road will be higher than the inner edge, because of it is help the smooth movement of the vehicles. So that's why this is opposite direction of the curve is there. So in this case, this will be higher edge and this side will be lower edge. So the vehicle will be move like this. Then suddenly what will happen? This side will be higher edge and this side will be lower edge. It will be comfortable for the passengers as well as the drivers. So that's why in highway and railway track it should be avoidable. Okay, these are some reasons for the avoiding the reverse curve. In the reverse curve, there are main two classifications are there. One is parallel straights and the other one is non-parallel straights. Okay, this is the one of the picture of non-parallel straights. It means the two tangents will not parallel to each other. This is called as a non-parallel straights. And one more is, that is, this is one of the tangent and one more tangent is here. These two tangents will be parallel to each other. This type of reverse curve is called as a parallel straights. As per your syllabus, only parallel straights are there. So we have to derive the equations for the finding the with respect to reverse curve. So here, assuming that they will give the two radius, that is R1 and R2 and central angle. The required, we have to calculate the various elements of the compound curve. In this figure, R1 and R2 are the smaller radius and larger radius, means with respect to curves. And delta 1 and delta 2, these are the central angles. For here, they are taken the smaller radius and larger radius, means the radius of these two curves will be different. Similarly, L is equal to distance from T1 to T2, means it is along the tangent point to this tangent point. This is along the measuring this line. It is capital L. This length between the two tangent parts. Next one is V. It is perpendicular distance between the two straights. Okay, this one is the one more straight line, and this is second straight line. The distance between these two straight lines, it is small v. Next, h. Small h. It is distance between the perpendiculars at T1 and T2. Okay, here T1 is here, T2 is here. This is the perpendicular distance from the T1 to T2. This is small h. Then E, it is the point of reverse curvature. Means that these two curves will be meet at one point. This is called as a point of reverse curvature. Here, assuming that delta 1 equal to delta 2. So T1b, the distance of T1b, after drawing this line, that is T1b is equal to, it is nothing but O1 T1 minus of O1 B. So here O1 T1 means what? It is the R1, and O1 B means what? In this triangle we have to apply the trigonometric relations. We will get the length of this side O1 B is nothing but R1 cos delta 1. You can simplify this one is R1 into bracket of 1 minus cos delta 1. Similarly, T2D, that is equal to T2D is equal to O2 T2 minus of O2 D, or it is nothing but B. So actually it is D. Again same, with respect to this one is radius of this curve, and the distance of this one is applying the trigonometrical formula for this triangle. We will get the R2 minus of R2 cos delta 2. Here taking the R2 as common term, then you can write the delta 2 is equal to delta 1 here, because assuming that delta 1 is equal to delta 2. So our T2D distance will be R2 into bracket of 1 minus cos delta 1. Now we have to find out what is the value of V. V is nothing but T1B plus T2D. So we know the T1B and T2D. Put up with respective values. Then you can write this formula like this, that is R1 plus R2 into bracket of 1 minus cos delta 1. Here delta 1 is, we have to write in here because of assuming that delta 1 is equal to delta 2. Next, now we have to calculate what is the distance of T1 to E. This is what? It is the long chord for this arc. This is calculated by in general formula is 2R sin delta by 2. For in this case it is 2R1 into sin delta 1 by 2. Similarly, length of the second chord for the second arc, it is 2R2 sin delta 2 by 2. Here you can write delta 2 is nothing but you can write as delta 1. So T1E is equal to, so T2E is equal to 2 into R2 into sin delta 1 by 2. Then last, you can calculate the capital L, that is T1 to T2. L is equal to T1E plus E T2. Put up with respect to formulas, these two. Simplify this one. You can write as a 2 into bracket of R1 plus R2 bracket complete into sin delta 1 by 2. Okay, these are the two formulas. One is V and one more is L formula. Next, suppose sine of the angle is delta 1 by 2 is equal to V by L. Means in this triangle T1 at this point to the T2 is this angle is equal to delta 1 by 2. Sine of the angle delta 1 by 2 is equal to V by L. Therefore, L is equal to sin delta 1 by 2. You can write it as a V by L. That is equal to 2 into bracket of R1 plus R2 bracket complete into V by L. So take this L term to this side. We'll get the L square is equal to 2V R1 plus R2. Square root on the both side. We'll get the L is equal to square root of 2V into bracket of R1 plus R2. Now we have to find out what is the H. H is nothing but B2E plus D2E. Here B2E you can write it as a R1 sin delta 1 by considering this triangle. Similarly, by considering this triangle, this one is written as a R2 sin delta 2. Okay, like this. Here B is equal to nothing but R1 sin delta 1. ED is nothing but R2 sin delta 2. Delta 2 is not equal to delta 1, so we can write R2 into sin delta 1. Therefore, H is equal to B plus ED with respect to values. Then simplification we will get the H is equal to R1 plus R2 into sin delta 1. The last step, suppose the radius of these two arcs will be same, that is R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R. In that condition, V is nothing but V is formula will be changes, that is 2R into bracket of 1 minus cos delta 1. Similarly, L is after simplification, we will get the 4R sin delta 1 by 2. Again simplification of this one, that sin delta 1 by V 2 is can write it as a square root of 2RV. Then last H is equal to 2R sin delta 1. These are the simplification of the previous formulas V, L and H.